For the record, I wasn't disappointed in the finale of WandaVision. In a way, it gave fans a lot of what they wanted, but it was just disappointing in a way that he didn't take steps to prove that they are going to evolve more than what they had before. They gave us more of the same. CG battles in the air, predictable ways of getting to Wanda, like, pretending you're a loved one and then getting close and trying to squeeze her head. That was very obvious. A philosophical battle between two smart people, White Vision and Regular Vision. Using Agatha's words and tricks against her from episode, I think it was like episode 7, the trick that, and then episode 9, using a trick against you. We've seen that done in many different platforms before, using their words against you. Them planning scenes about Nightmare and Hellspawn and yada yada yada, not paying that off in there in any way, shape, or form, giving us a swerve. I forget his name, but the evil guy from Sword, who was obviously Hayward, I think his name is Hayward, when he was shooting the kids, which were obviously not really kids or whatever. Yeah, we get that part. But they made him like super evil, like to the nth degree there, for no other reason than just make him shoot kids because that's really evil. I mean, like, and then how did Photon's, she doesn't have a name yet in the MCU, but I know her as Photon. How did Photon's energy, when she was right here, protect, like, okay, she's here, but the kids are here. How did this protect these from the book? It was so odd. If it was a force field covering like the whole area, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I believe like Sue Richards could do that, make a force field like really wide, but she didn't do that. So that was weird. If they made her go to the kids, put her in a line, and then she blocks, makes sense. But the angle they did it, it's like we don't care, so it's just gonna look cool. But damn, if we're gonna try to make this simple shot at kids make sense and Photon's character looks smart by putting them all in a row and then blocking them. Or, I don't know, distracting Hayward and then him shooting in her direction, evading the shots from the kids. But she just comes in there and makes the bullets magnetically go to her as if her body is made of the same material as Wonder Woman's bracelets. I'm going to shoot you in the leg, but magically it's going to go right to your bracelets. Sure. We're going to shoot everywhere but Batman's mouth. Really. The effects were okay in the thing. I'm not going to complain about the effects there. Planted seeds for Agatha's return by brainwashing her. That's fine. Using the card trick from, I think it was Civil War, against her. That was cute. I got the reference immediately. I'm sure the people did too. I'm like, oh, okay, but you're not really doing anything to evolve. It's, unfortunately, I did see Coming to America, the new one, and I was like, they were using it to evolve by having the sun thing in there, and then bring him to Wakanda. I'm sorry, not Wakanda, another fictional country. It doesn't matter what it is. Bring him to Wakanda and becoming Prince. And then the prince's things and the prince's duties and learning about the Wakandan history and the new daughters were there and learning about the way of life there. But then they brought the whole Queen's thing over there and made the new Wakanda like the Queen's thing, so they didn't have to actually try to do anything new. They just brought the old stuff to the new stuff, and that'll appease nostalgia fans. That's not how it goes. Bill and Ted made the same mistake, unfortunately. Bill and Ted made the same mistake. They shoehorned in as much nostalgia as possible to make up for the fact that it's not really a strong story evolving anything. Currently, the only one to get a classic to new rights is still Cobra Kai. I mean, like, a majority of Cobra Kai is brand new with little tiny Easter eggs for fans to enjoy. And if it's a really big one, there's a flashback to it and then goes to the now. Hardly anything in Cobra Kai is a retread of the old stuff. It just has characters continuing their character and their storyline from the original one, but a lot of new elements around them. That's how it's done right. But hardly anybody now does it like that. I mean, like, they're lazy. So yeah, so WandaVision wasn't horrible. It was unfortunately just standard MCU fare, which is why I wasn't really excited for Black Widow, because it didn't really look like anything new or evolved. It looked like the same old stuff that we've been seeing for the past, what, 10, 15 years of Marvel? I didn't see anything new. They weren't really trying anything new. So WandaVision as a whole was a fun ride. I'm not going to lie, it was a fun ride. But the ending was just fine. It was flat. In my opinion, it was just flat. It didn't disappoint. It was just par for the course. It gave you a lot of what you expected, but it didn't evolve into anything grand. Which I didn't expect, because MCU is not really like that. They don't really try to challenge you or anything like that. And Justice League, the new thing with Zack Snyder, that's not going to do anything either. It's obvious. It's Zack Snyder. If you think he could do movies well, look at Sucker Punch. Enough said.